Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we will be going over estimation and working with 5-digit numbers. These are our 10,000s. In order to do estimation, we need to know how to round off to the nearest 10,000. So take this number 35,422. So I'm going to show you a few steps on how to round off to the nearest 10,000. And for this video, I'm going to be dividing each of the numbers into its groups. So we need to look at the thousands. So we have 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. So when you need to round off the nearest 10,000, you need to look at your thousand. Number 2, you need to determine whether to round up to the next 10,000 or remain at the lower 10,000. So if I need to round up, my 1,000 needs to be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Or for short, it needs to be equal to 5 or greater than 5. If it needs to remain at the lower 10,000, my 1,000 will either be 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So any number less than 5. So in our example, our 1,000 is 5,000, which means that it's equal to 5, which means that we need to round up. And our answer is 40,000. As you can see, there are no numbers after 1,000. When you're rounding off, there should be no number after the number that you are rounding to. Here's a short little exercise. Pause the video, you can come back to it. We'll be going through the answers. Right. So the answers for the following exercise are as follows. For A, it's equal to 40,000. The 8 tells me that it is greater than 5, so it automatically rounds up. B, it's 9, same thing happens. C, we are at a 0, which means we are less than 5, so it remains at 60,000. D, we have 76,847. Our 1,000 is 6, which is greater than 5, which gives us the rounded up answer of 80,000. E, we have to round up. This takes us to 100,000 because we have to round to the nearest 10,000, and the nearest 10,000 for this one is 100,000. 9 is greater than 5, which will give us a rounded up answer. 4 is less than 5, which means that our answer is rounded to 90,000. And H, our 1,000 is 2,000, which means that we remained at 10,000. So we're going to go into addition using 5-digit numbers. I'm going to introduce you to 3 different methods. Each method will be using the sum that we have on top, which is 37,633 plus 32,873. So the first method I'm going to be introducing is known as the column method. The column method is we take our numbers, we put them under each other, and we add them in accordance or in order of the lowest, which is our units, to our highest, which is our 10,000s. So as you can see, I have the column 10,000, 1,000, hundreds, tens, and units. So I have put all my numbers in order. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add my units. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 7 is 10. When you have something that belongs in the next column, like we are adding the 10s now, and the 70 plus the 30 is going to give us 100, we have to add that 100 to the next column. So you will put 1 plus, you will add whatever 10s are left, which in this case is 0, because it's the number. The answer is equal to 10. 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 1 gives us 15. Do not forget that if you have a plus, that you need to add it to that column. And whatever belongs in the next column, I need to add on. So now I'm dealing with my thousands. I have 7,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,000, which gives me 10,000, which means that there are no thousands, which will give me an answer of 0. And there is 1/10, and there is a 10,000. So 30,000 plus 30,000 plus the other 10,000 will give me 7,000. So my answer for this question is 70,506. As I said, we'll be using this in the sum in the other method, so you can see the difference. So each sum needs to end in 70,506. The next method I call the breaking down method. This is when we expand all of our numbers and we add them all in their own place value. So the first step that we need to follow of this is expanded notation. We need to expand each of the numbers as follows. I've color coded the place values. So my 10,000s are in blue, my thousands are in green, my hundreds are in orange, my tens are in red, and my units are in purple. So I've split my 37,633, expanded it, and I'm adding it to the expanded 32,873. The next step that we're going to do is the place numbers with the same values together. So I'm going to place all my 10,000s together. So I have 30,000 plus 30,000. I'm going to place all of my thousands together. So I've got my 7,000 plus my 2,000. My hundreds together, which is my 600 plus my 800. My 70, and then I'm going to add all of my 10s together, which is 70 plus 30, and lastly my units, which is 3 plus 3. The next step is we're going to add all the numbers in the brackets together. 30,000 plus 30,000 gives me 60,000. 7,000 plus 2,000 is going to give me 9,000. 600 plus 800 is going to give me 1,400. 70 plus 30 is 100. And 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Once that is done, we add all of our numbers together to get a total of 70,506. The last method that we are going to use, quite a lengthy one, is where we have to breaking up the second number. So not as before where we had to break down and expand both numbers, we're only in this one, we're only going to expand the second number. So that is our first step. We need to expand our 32,873. And it will look something like this. So I've expanded my number 30,000 plus 2,000 plus 800 plus 70 plus 3. The next step that I need to do is I need to add my 10,000s. So I've taken the first number, which is 37,633, and I'm going to add my 30,000. This will give me 67,633. My next step is to add my thousands. So to my 67,633, which was the answer once I've added the 10,000s, we'll add the 2,000. This will give me 69,633. The next step is quite lengthy. We need to add our hundreds, but we are going to break it up because it's going to give us a number over 1,000 as we have seen in the previous example. So I'm going to take my 69,633 and I'm going to add 800 to it. But I'm going to break up my 800 into two 400s. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the first 400, and this is going to give me 70,033. Then I will add the next 400, and this will give me 70,433. Next, I'm going to add my 10,000, my tens. Next, I'll be adding my tens, which is the 70 to my answer over here, which is 70,433. This will give me an answer of 70,503. Lastly, I will add my units, which is 3, and this will give me my final answer of 70,506. Our next exercise, we will be using two of the methods. The first one, we have to use the column method, and the second one, in number 2, we have to use the breaking down method to add the following numbers. Please work them out and then come back, pause the video, come back, and I will reveal the answers. So the first thing that we're going to do for 1A and 1B, I've already put them into the columns. We're going to go through and we're going to be adding them. So 7 plus 2 gives me 9. So 7 plus 2 gives me 9. And 70 plus 20 will give me 90. 800 plus 100 is also going to give me 900. 7,000 plus 2,000 will give me 9,000 as well, with the remainder of 10,000. This will give me an answer of 19,999. B, we're going to add our units first. That's going to give me an answer of 4. 80 plus 20 is going to give me an answer of 100. So I will add my 10 and add my 100 to the hundreds column. 700 plus 100 going to give me 900. 6,000 plus 0 is going to give me 6,000. And then I've got my 10,000 remaining, which is going to give me an answer of 16,904. So for B, I've separated it into, for 2, A and B. It's too lengthy to do on one page, so I've broken them down into A and B. So this is our answer for 2A. which will give me 37,167. As you can see, we first used expanded notation, put them in our different place values, added them all together. The last one, I added the units to the hundreds, and that gives me my final answer there at the bottom. B, actually the same thing, and we put everything in the standard notation, put them in their different place values, added the place values together, and then put them all together. Together to give us an answer of 86,046. Thank you for joining our class today. We hope to see you soon.